Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you all are having a fabulous beginning of your week. We're just weeks away from the election. I don't know if you guys are on pins and needles, but I am. But we are going to continue today with our conversation about, excuse me, excuse me, holiday offers and what you can do to help get more visibility onto your offers. So yesterday we talked about RSS feeds and how you can automate your travel promotions in a way that are sort of create and release and forget. So you create the site and then you're done. So you want to check out that video if you missed it, because it really is a great little tool for you to create a fast way to get your promotions out there, particularly all these great deals that you may want to share with your clients. But today, I want to remind you of one of my favorite sayings, which is don't create a thing without promoting that thing, and don't promote the thing without tracking it. And the reason why I created that statement was the importance of not just creating. So even though offers are super important, and if you hear my dogs in the background, they are going wild. Somebody is walking their dog and they are mad about it. So sorry if the noise is a little bit loud. Maybe you can't hear it, but I can hear it really bad. And so the idea of that statement is that if you are an entrepreneur and you really love the creative flow of things, you are probably always coming up with great ideas, great trips to sell, great ways to spin them. But if you're not spending equally as much time on promoting your offers or the things that you create, what's going to happen is you're going to have a library full of stuff. And I know that personally because I am that person. I am the person that loves to create. I have at least 5 or 6 new ideas. I get the team, they start creating graphics, I come up with names, and I'm ready. But if, again, you don't spend that time promoting your creations, then what you're going to have is a library of creations. So what you should be or could be, I don't want to tell you what to do, but certainly strongly recommend so that you can enjoy Thanksgiving is to start thinking about your holiday promotions now so that you can be ready to go during Christmas and eat your turkey and your ham or whatever it is that you eat and enjoy it, and not worry about seeing all the frenzy of stuff and thinking, oh my, I missed the opportunity. So we're not really going to spend a lot of time about offers. What we're going to do is we're going to spend some time on 3 really good things that you can do to help promote those offers so that they can be visible, because without that visibility, it doesn't matter what you create if nobody sees it, right? So we want to maximize the number of people that see your stuff, right? The things that you've come up with to sell during the holiday season or frankly any time of the year. So first questions first, right? Do you feel like the promotions or the posts that you do, emails that you send, that they inspire your clients to act? Have you put any consideration into that when you create them? Are they inspirational or create this emotion in the person that says, I need to take advantage of that, right? If the answer to that is no, you're definitely going to want to stick with these tips. Are you finding it difficult to manage multiple promotions manually? Are you, and this is sort of going on, you've got this deal and that deal, and you've got this cruise offering that's come up, right? I was just reading my email last night and Asimar's got this last minute deal, and literally I have at least 30 emails that I need to consume and then get them out quickly if I were to want to promote them. Do you find that to be manual of an effort to do that? Type a 0 if that's you, or 1 if you feel like you've got that under control. And then my last question for you to think about is, would you do you think that automation could help you? Do you feel like automation could help you with your promotion cycles, right? And maybe you don't even have promotion cycles, but really what a promotion cycle is, every month, every week, every day, however that frequency is for you, you want to establish a frequency by which you promote. you should always have something to promote in your business. You should have some sort of way to attract leads. Hopefully you guys are joining us in our last Sweet Success of the Year. Day 2 is happening tonight. So if you have not registered, it is not too late to join in. We have a guest speaker. I'm going to do a little bit of a plug. Go to onlinetravelboss.com, Sweet Success, to join us in our leads on demand. So you need an offer. We talked really a lot about that in yesterday's session. You need an offer that is going to attract leads. And then you need some sort of promotion that's going on regularly, that maybe not ongoing, but that you are doing at some level of frequency, that is promoting your signature offer, your signature services, any new deals or packages that you want to sell. Do you find it manual to do all of that? If you answered yes to that in your head, or zero, if you responded and you put a 0, then these practical strategies that we're going to go over are going to really help you with those areas. The first one is, if you want to get some engagement on what you are doing, your channel, your promotions, the number one thing to do in your promotions is to add testimonials. Add client testimonials or some form of social proof. And so last week I had some technical difficulties. So today I'm going to actually pick up where I left off last week and show you how you can, if you don't have testimonials and you don't have that as a part of your cycle, inside of our system, we can create a testimonial request automation that automatically asks for testimonials after particular events. So I'm going to show you that in just a little bit, but incorporating testimonials. So if you have testimonials on your website or your Google page or Facebook reviews, or you're collecting them via surveys and you've got testimonials, you want to show them. It's no good to be in your inbox, or let's say in your file manager, and not actually exposed and seeing the light of day. People engage and they like to see other people that have utilized your services. What do you do when you see somebody's services that you not do, or products? What do you do on Amazon? The first thing I do is I go to the review section and see what other people are saying about it. And so the more that you can get other people talking about how awesome you are, the easier it is for people to make a decision to buy. So when you promote your things, including testimonials on that is a powerful way to get engagement. Number 2 is add an element of scarcity. And so I love countdown timers. I love limited time offer banners, ticker tape type of things. Those are really good examples, because we are humans. And what I will tell you about us humans is something that you know, is that you're going to wait for the last minute. Unless you're a real fast action taker, you're going to do what a lot of people do. When they see a deal or they see something, they're going to be like, oh, I'll just wait until that comes around later, or I'll just do it later. And when you add the sense of urgency to your offers, what you do is you psychologically cause people to act, right? Because if they think that this amazing offer that you have isn't going to be available to them whenever they think about it or at a whim, then you create this sort of time box in their mind, and that's what you want to do. So if you want to get engagement on your offers, add some sort of countdown. And don't be the kind of person that's disingenuous about your countdowns. If you say that the deal is over at 11:59, tonight, and you still have it up tomorrow, that's a little disingenuous. So what I would recommend is create the automation in your pages that allows it to actually, so you don't have to be up at 12 o'clock, right? If you're not a late person and you don't want to be up waiting. I remember when I first launched my first countdown thing, I didn't know how the technology didn't exist back in the early 2000s. I mean, they did, but it was like super expensive to get like countdown timers. You'd have like custom code developed on the page. Now, literally, it's so much easier now. You in our system, what you do is you just add a timer. And then when the timer expires, you just put a redirect URL, which is just another page that happens. So if it's 11:59 at 12 o'clock, when somebody goes to the page, another page is going to show. that can all be done now, technology and next to pennies on the dollar, right? I mean, it literally was so expensive to do countdown timers. You had to have like, I just remember like surfing trying to find these countdown timers. It was so much difficult, and it's not difficult to do this anymore. So adding number two is really around adding that sort of exclusivity and time box around it, so people don't think that it's open-ended. So you want to get people to engage and make those decisions quickly. Give them a reason. So give them numbers, right? So only X number of spots, particularly when you've got package deals. And let's say you are going to add, I love adding like special activities to packages that are only going to be available when I do a promotion cycle. So usually our second or third promotion cycle is going to include an activity that normally is a paid activity. We'll include that as a bonus, as a part of the pricing if they buy during that promotion cycle. And you could limit that and say, okay, only 10 spots available, and then you could have a countdown. So we have the ability to actually have a countdown that says you have 10 spots, and then when somebody buys, it goes to 9, 8, 7, 6, right? So adding that scarcity element to your promotions is really going to help with boosting engagement. So you can do a time element, a spot element, like also in your text. So your wording, right? Hurry up, limited time, spots are filling up fast, they're not going to last long. All of that language are really mental triggers for people when they read things to know. Now, what I will tell you during this upcoming holiday season, right, specifically during the Black Friday frenzy, people are going to be inundated with all of these specials that are going on. So you want to sort of piggyback off of that by ensuring that your imagery, your pages, your social media images have that same sort of language on it, because that's what people are expecting, right? They're expecting limited time offer. They're expecting, the percentage or the amount off that you're going to be offering people. Now, what I will tell you is I'm not doing any 75% off sales, right? And neither should you. I'm not recommending that you start releasing trips that are 75% and you take a loss. By no stretch of the imagination am I indicating that. But what I will say is that there is a way to position it based on the value, right? Adding those additional activities, those bonuses that would normally cost somebody money. Is there a way for you? What are your suppliers doing in terms of their deals that you want to pass on to your clients? Really, as a travel advisor during the holidays, one of the best things that you can do, because there is so much information, is become an aggregator of deals, right? So as a travel advisor, you could create I should actually do a whole new series on that, and I may just do that next week, where I talk to you about creating a newsletter that is aggregating deals across multiple suppliers, because there's a lot of information and people just like to be able to consume it and keep track of it, and you sell access to that, right? A whole nother training I'll do just specially on that, but really adding that scarcity item. And then the third way for you to get engagement is to automate using what's called a drip email sequence. And this is where you are setting up an email and it guides people through a decision-making journey. So for example, you're going to start with introducing the offer in your email number 1, and then you're going to number 2, you're going to do benefits in your second email. Number 3, you're going to end with a deadline. So it's a stair step, right? Here's the offer. This is how amazing. This is really good for offers when, let's say you have a trip and you are announcing the trip. Maybe you do a wait list at the beginning and then you announce it, and then you go into a series of, listen, there's only X number of days, X number of spots left here. So setting that kind of sequence is also a way to boost engagement and get people. I love wait lists. Black Friday is a really great time to give people a sneak peek. I've seen it done several ways. One of the ways that I think is really powerful is to give people the list of stuff that's already going to be on it but they can't buy, and they won't be able to buy until a certain day and time, and that they need to get their coins ready, and if they're ready to go, this is when you're going to launch it. So this really builds anticipation. This to me is sort of what I refer to as the Apple model, which is Apple is really good about this. They will release they'll let you know that the new device is coming and it's going to be on shelves here. They tell you it's $1,000, $1,200. This is what it is, and it's going to release on this date. And so they've got, there used to be this time where there were people be standing at the Apple, and I'm not even an Apple user, and I understand the marketing that they're doing, but people are wrapped around the building. I mean, several years ago, wrapped around the Apple stores waiting for the device to drop. There was a certain amount of exclusivity around the way that they released it, because then they would get bought and you couldn't get it. You could pre-purchase, which is another way that you can do it. And then they only had so many pre-purchases that could be done. I mean, there's so many amazing ways that you can sell your limited time offer deals, particularly those that are tied to specific timed events that your suppliers are doing. Listen, I would love to know what you guys are thinking about in terms of your Black Friday sales, your holiday offers in entirety, and actually which strategy you are going to employ. So right now I'm going to show you what I was not able to show you the other day on the reviews. So let me show that to you guys now. I'm getting my screen ready. Let me present this page. And then what I will do is show you how to set up. Let's pray that it is working today. I will show you how to create a automation that automatically requests reviews. And then we can also set up a automation, I think, that does the testimony, like sends it out as a social media post, but let's see if this will all work. All right, so I'm in the demo account right now, and what we did last week is we actually connected your accounts to connect to your Google business or your Facebook reviews. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new review from scratch. And I always say start at the top. And so we're going to call this our review request test sample. And what we're going to do is when somebody, let's say it is somebody fills out a form, I'm just going to pick a form. And triggers, again, just as a reminder, triggers are entry points. So what's going to cause somebody to actually get into the automation that you defined. So we're going to select a form, and in that form, I'm just going to select this opt-in. So when somebody opts in to this form that I've selected, and like I said, I always like to name this. So I'm going to say opt-in number 4. When they opt into that, I'm going to wait 1 day, and then I'm going to send a review request. I'm going to wait 1 day here. And then I'm going to click on plus, and then I'm going to hit review request. And what it's going to do is ask me, how am I going to request this? Am I going to ask the request via email, or I'm going to do it through SMS? So you can do both. I'm going to do email and then click send. And then you could do another one through email, but it seems like a little bit of overkill. So here, this is how you can get your reviews to happen every single, after every event. A good event to do for you all, so if you're in our system, a good event is after trips. So after a trip has occurred, you can, our custom field is called trip end date. And so this is when the trip, I think it's trip end date. Here you can do when it is, actually, we're going to wait. So we are going to, here we're going to, actually I'm going to add the wait. I'm going to add the event. So when it changes, so this is going to bring anybody who is in, whose trip date gets added. This is probably a automation that we need to get done now that we've got a lot of our users who are, I thought I just saw that there. Trip, and I guess it doesn't like my end. I gotta find it. All right, I just saw it earlier. What happened to it? All right, so let's try it one more time. Contact. Can do that when contact is created, and then we want to when trip end date changes. I actually like when custom field is looking contact. Contact. So what this is doing and why I'm changing my mind on here is when this field changes values, when the field, so like when a contact field end date changes, then it will run this. And that is because I don't necessarily want, like, everybody that comes in may not have a trip end date. So this is only going to happen when this is changed. This is the way that I set this up. So name is trip end date. And I like to name what I do. Oops, like you missed out on some fields. What did I miss out on? Has changed period. There we go. All right, so now what this is saying is, and don't forget to publish and then click save. This is saying that somebody who is a contact has entered into the system. The field trip end date has changed, right? So when it gets started, when it gets added, or when it's changed, this person, we're going to wait after. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually set the wait. So we're going to set an event. We're going to have this event start date be, let's wait for the trip date. So let's click on the little tag and look for this. This is going to be trip end date right there. I'm going to select that. So what this is saying is I want the person to come into the workflow, wait until the trip end date, wait till the day after, and then send the request. That's what this is doing. And so I'm going to click save, and I didn't update the name, and then I'm just going to say wait until trip end date here. And then this is saying wait, and we're going to actually wait until, we're going to set this to event, and we're going to say after 1 day, and then click save. And then what this is saying is, okay, person's information has been added to their record. Let's wait until the actual trip date event. 1 day after, let's send them a review request. This is going to be an automation that'll be available to you. I'm probably going to publish this out to you all's account. I'll probably make some additions and publish this out to your account. But what this does is it takes the idea of you waiting for or remembering that you need to do review requests. This will automatically be available and get sent out to your clients. The only thing that you need to do is have your Facebook and your Google My Business page linked to your account, and then this review request. Testimonials are powerful. Now, listen, maybe you don't want, I can't see why you wouldn't ask for review requests, but let's say you're doing a survey. I also recommend taking those survey answers and then creating images out of them. In our video challenge, we had our video challengers take the review request and actually record a video of them reading and talking about the scenario and creating themselves a case study. Those are also great ideas for you to leverage. The more proof that you can get that other people love you, make it a part of your business process to ask for that testimonial so that you can use it in your marketing. Listen, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you on Thursday's training. Have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you soon.